my parrotlet Sven, and today we're going to show you 5 ways to stop a territorial parrotlet from biting. The first way is to understand what your parrotlet is territorial about and to respect it. This is a 5-inch true parrot, so in the wild it's important that they are almost like wasps or hawks, that they need to very aggressively defend their territory. They are true parrots like an Amazon parrot, and they need to use everything to their advantage, to their small size, in order to protect their area. So what parrotlets tend to be territorial over is the inside of the cage, the outside of their cage, and you. So the first thing is just really, as much as possible, avoid putting your hands in or around the cage. So the most important part to respecting the parrotlet's territory is not putting your hand in or around the cage or grabbing for your parrotlet. So if he were in the cage, I would put my hand outside the cage and let him come to me. Or if he's on the top of the cage, I would just wait until he flies to me. However, sometimes you do need to put your hand in the cage or around the cage. So it's good. The second tip is to teach your parrotlet a good association between your hands and being near the cage. So for that, the second tip is to use treats. So 2 treats that Sven loves are millet and Cheerios. So he gets a good association that when I put my hand near the cage, I've got something for him, like Cheerio or like millet. Would you like some millet? Would you like some millet? Oh, here you go. Here are some millet. So that gives him a good association. So the next tip is to learn a little parrotlet. So you never want to pull your hand back if your parrotlet is biting you, because basically you're just teaching him as a tough guy and he got what he wanted. So even though it might hurt, what you need to do when your parrotlet is biting you is to speak a little parrotlet. So I'm going to teach you 2 parrotlet words. One of them is back off and the other one is ouch. So back off goes sort of like this. And ouch is like, So I'm going to show you those 2 words with Sven. So if I were, my hands were approaching his cage and he got very territorial. Well, now he's not being very territorial. We're going to go into number 4, which is teaching him the tickle sign, and I think now he's so used to the tickle sign that he actually let me put my hand near his head, which was very good. So the 4th thing is to teach him the tickle sign, and you can see his head is tilted because he's hearing me say the word tickle. So the tickle sign and the word tickle is something you can teach your parrotlet. This is the tickle sign, and then the word tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Sometimes your parrotlet will even say it back. You can hear him saying tickle. And the 5th thing for a parrotlet is sometimes you just have to have your parrotlet go into the cage. And then you just really want to protect yourself. And you want to do this as little as possible. This goes against everything in a parrotlet's nature to be picked up when it's feeling territorial. So only if, for example, you are in a rush to leave the house and you need to catch them. Otherwise, you really want them to come to you before you put them in the cage. But this is really just kind of, and that was nice, he jumped on me, getting him back into the cage in that way. So those are the 5 ways to stop a territorial parrotlet from biting. Do it, you want to protect yourself. So my parrotlet kind of knows when I do this, I'm coming in to get him. Sometimes even at that point, he'll come to me, but this is, or he'll fly away.